Hey guys, today I'm going to talk about the only two lenses I use for general walk-around photography. Recently I've only been using the Canon 85mm f1.8. This is the ultrasonic motor EF lens. It's not an L lens, and to be honest, it's probably just as good, if not better, than the L series lens, which costs like probably $2,000. I got this used for only 300 bucks, and I use it so often, and the images are not bad if you just want to try out this particular focal length and a wide aperture. And if you really want the f1.2 cannonball, by all means, go further after trying this out. I like this focal length because you are far away enough to capture some candid shots. It's even better on a crop sensor when you want to be further away, but on a full frame camera, it's awesome. It's also really fast, and I have used it in a moving vehicle behind 2-3 layers of glass in a bus. Here are some of the images that I took with it. And here's another. And another. And another. The second lens that I have, in addition to the 85mm, when I am shooting events, just walking around or traveling, within my country, since we can't go anywhere because of pandemic, is the 24mm f1.4. Now, I know this lens is pretty pricey, brand new. You might be able to get it for maybe 60 to 70% of retail price used, but it is totally worth it as the best wide angle prime lens with a wide aperture. And I love prime lenses, I love my wide apertures, and this lens is just the perfect focal length for just indoors, and it's not too wide that it doesn't distort the face or, spaces. It can be a little bit limiting in small spaces, and that's where you need to think about, maybe a wider zoom lens. The other two prime lenses that are in second place, or not second place, third place, I don't know, just tier 2 for me are the Nifty 50 Canon 50mm 1.8. This is a really plasticky version. Like, I guess they call it the Plastic Fantastic, and it's not bad for like a beginner prime lens with a wide aperture. It's the next lens that anyone gets after their kit lens, and it's awesome. I used it for years before I landed on the 85mm. This is actually kind of like it's really close to an 85mm look on a crop sensor. And this is like 85mm on a full frame, you know what I mean? Put this on a crop sensor camera and you'll get the same look as 85mm on a full frame. And the other lens that came out not recently, but like in the last 5-10 years, I don't know, time has just kind of escaped me, is the 40mm f2.8 STM pancake lens. It is about half the size of the 50mm, but the focal length is a little bit further away and the aperture is not as wide. Still 2.8, still good. Great for video, great for if you want to just put your DSLR in a purse and be able to be kind of inconspicuous and not look like you're shooting with a DSLR, if there are scenarios like that. And it's also affordable at about, if you buy it used, I bought mine used for about $120, and I think you can get it for new about $180, $200, and just as good as the 50mm, but between these two, I prefer the 50 millimeters just because, I don't know, it's like my first love or something. I find this one, I don't know. I guess I have a preference for lenses that have an f-stop of less than 2. And this is 2.8, so I can tell that it's just not buttery enough, and yeah, but I don't know, it's not worth for me to resell it, because I just meet all sorts of weird people on Kijiji and they try to lowball me or try to ask me for a Starbucks Frappuccino in exchange for not lowballing me. Yeah, I'm gonna do a whole video of like the weird people I've met on Kijiji and things I had to endure to sell my equipment. All right, thanks a lot. See you next time.